On December 22nd, 2024, the Yielding Arts Discord server announced the release of the long-awaited KANYE update that took more than 6 months to develop. The game itself reached a staggering 1.5 million concurrent users and brought new content to the content creators, therefore reviving the community. But just a few months afterwards, the game reached a low of only 30,000 players. As of recording this, the game has only received one major update in the last 10 months. This went so bad that content creators ran out of video ideas, going as far as to not only quit the game once, but twice. First of all, the game is not dead. It still averages around 100,000 daily active users. But what is dead is its community. The Discord server is dry and the content page is lost. And I will tell you exactly why. I won't just talk about some random opinions. I would actually talk about the real cause behind this game's downfall. To truly understand why this game fell off, we need to go all the way back to January 22nd of 2023, the creation. On January 22nd, 2023, the game was officially entitled to Roblox as Saitama Battlegrounds. The game was different from other games at that time. It was the first game ever to start the Battlegrounds genre on Roblox, so it gained popularity fairly quickly. The game rose in popularity with updates bi-weekly, adding new moves, characters, emotes, and features to the game. Many of the popular figures of TSB originated during this era, like the Holy Grail, Stud, and countless more. The idea was simple. You join the game, pick a character, and start fighting. No upgrades, no leveling up, no progression system, only pure skill and talent. This made the game very popular amongst other PvP games like Blox Fruits that had inequalities such as overpowered items and pay-to-win items that boost your progression. But TSB had none of that. The game passes only provided cosmetics or just made stuff easier. The early game pass also had a downside of not being finished, keeping equal and fair rights for everybody. As KSB began to rise more in popularity, others also wanted to taste the success. Afterwards came the rise of other battleground games, which changed TSB forever. From the introduction of a new popular genre, others also began creating their own type with characters from other animes. TSB was based off of the anime One Punch Man. Games like Jujutsu Shenanigans were based off of the anime Jujutsu Kaisen. From this point onwards, every game was battling each other to try to make the best out of all of them, but it was obvious which one of them was winning. TSB was just far better. It had the most creative and enjoyable movesets out of any, and the fact that it was the first ever made it 10 times better. The animations were superior and the map was open-fielded, so people could never get lost. The content side was rising tremendously. Videos racked up hundreds to even millions of views. People created iconic minigames like Squid Game and hosted tournaments for in-game items or Robux. Everything seemed great and it looked like TSB will rule Roblox. But that excitement slowly started to fade with the beginning of RDC 2024. Before we talk about what happened at RDC 2024, we shall first look at what happened before that completely changed the game entirely. That change would go on to ruin the game in the future, leading to its downfall. And it began with the wild psychic character, or Tatsumaki. This character took a whopping 92 days to finish, which is a lot, but the good thing is that the team did it in the span of 6 updates. Unlike somebody, we will get to that point a bit later, but why did it take so long? Well, this is where TSB took a turn for the worst. As more and more creators start creating their own battleground games, some of them start creating some actually good animations, or kind of too good. So good that TSB needed to do better. So what do? Simple, just make better animations. But that is what caused the downfall. In the past, TSB mainly focused on adding as much content to the game as possible. But nowadays, TSB focuses on mainly adding more cooler animations than adding more content, or shall I just say, quality over quantity. Now, this itself isn't that bad, but things start getting really worse when stuff gets too complicated. This leads us to RDC 2024. Roblox RDC stands for the Roblox Developers Conference, which is an annual invite-only event for Roblox creators, developers and brands to connect and learn about the latest platform innovation and get exclusive insights into the future of Roblox. The conference features the Roblox Innovation Awards, which is an annual award ceremony that is celebrated for an excellence in Roblox-based game development by recognizing outstanding games and creators, or should I just say a popularity contest basically. And TSB was included in it, but the owner of TSB, Santino, did the unthinkable. He bribed the community. Santino, the owner, decided that it would be a good idea to bribe his community with over 1 million people by telling them in the Discord server to vote for them in the categories it was nominated in. But it was not just a request, it was an offer. He told them that if they win, he will allow every single person in the game to be able to play the most popular character in TSB, KJ, for absolutely free. KJ is an admin character in the game that is only accessible for developers and top donators of the leaderboard only. No one, not even Elon Musk, can use this character except for those two. Developer role is basically impossible for everyone unless you're a nerd or by being the top donators of all time or monthly, which means that you gotta be Mr. Beast rich to be able to afford spending millions of Robux on a blocky rig that does cool movements and effects. It's inspired by a series of animated videos on YouTube which includes this character called KJ. This already made it clear that TSB would win in all the categories it was presented in, and it did, so the production for finishing the KJ character began, which took them 6 months to make, making the first dip in players. But why? You see, most of KJ's moves were already done beforehand. Only one base move and 2 ultimate moves needed to be made at that time. So 3 moves it is. Then why did those 3 moves take them 6 months to make? Well, first of all, it was not only KJ that was in the update. They also added the Frozen Soul, Tech Prodigy and the last ultimate move for Martial Artist. But the single reason why this update took so long was because of the last ultimate move for KJ, the Unlimited Flex Work.
KJ 21厳重な作品時々あの日を経験していなかった俺は今どうなってたかって考えることがある
This 30-second animation is the biggest reason why this update took 6 months. It was the most anticipated move in the game, so the devs had to make it as good as possible. To achieve that, they needed a music for the move. Instead of taking the original one from the series, they decided to make their own. So they reached out to the creators of God Only Knows, aka A1 Official, and made an agreement with them to create a completely new music for the move. Most people think that the music of TSB, like character ultimates, are only a minute long, but that is not true. If you look up the music, you will find out that they are all 3-minute long instrumental audio made by people. However, this dive music was not only instrumental but also voiced by a person. This one music took the team over 3 months to develop, which is literally half of the update's time. This one music is the reason why this update took so long for just 3 moves, and we can't blame them. Music takes time, especially songs. Santino was also struggling with college, so it also slowed down the progress further. So, if that is the case why the KJ update took so long, then why did the next update took another 6 months to release? Before RDC 2024, on May 23rd of the year, Santino made a poll on Discord asking people to vote on the characters that will come before Boros. Boros was the most anticipated character in the game's history until KJ took over and everybody forgot about it. But it was still important for the game. It was the only boss character in the actual anime of One Punch Man, so they had to include it in the game someday. So Santino made a poll consisting of 3 characters that would come before Boros: Martial Artist, Zombie Man, and Child Emperor aka Tech Prodigy. Martial Artist won first place with 81,953 votes, Child Emperor in second place with 33,134 votes, and Zombie Man in third place with 33,131 votes. After Martial Artist was finished, Child Emperor was subjected next in the line, and this character that the community voted for is the sole reason why TSB is so dry to this day. In the KJ update, we got Child Emperor's base moveset, and the next update was supposed to add the ultimate, and there the game fell off. In the manga, Child Emperor gets into his final form in a giant robot called the Brave Giant. So TSB should add this, not too hard, right? Well, since this game focuses on quality over quantity, they needed to make this make as good as possible to sync up with their other character animations. But they wanted it to be too good, so good that AAA developers declined their offer to create this Team Megatron. So TSB had no choice but to let a single person do the entire ultimate animation for this knockoff Megatron from Team. This, alongside the update getting leaked beforehand, pushed the update even further down the line. They did add a mastery for Hero Hunter, but else aside, that was it. People were disappointed as they waited so long for an animation of a character most people couldn't play, as it was locked behind the early access Game Pass. The next update, which took a month to release, only added one move for Gau's mastery. That's it. Literally, nothing else. And the update after that took another month with no release, and the only thing that they added were one ultimate move and animation for Gau's mastery and dashes for the Iron Giant, mostly delayed because Santino broke his dominant arm. This left the community with nothing to do. Therefore, the game slowly started to fall into pieces. And as the more popular games like Grow a Garden and Steal a Brainrot began to rise more in popularity, the entirety of the Battlegrounds genre began to fall off. If you look at the concurrent player graph of TSB, you can see these spikes. These are updates, and the largest one of them is the KJ one. You can see that after the KJ update, there has only been one spike, which is the Iron Giant update. And then just silence. No rise, no fall, no content for the content creators. TSB's community has fallen just because of a bribe and unluck to the developers with a decision that they took too far. So, Will TSB ever make a comeback? Probably. I think after this stupid Artimu Megatron robot finally finishes, we'll start seeing normal update schedules again. But when that will happen, I don't know. But it's sure that the game will probably never reach the peak it gained before. So thanks for watching, I guess. This is probably like one of my first ever long form videos. So I hope that you like this video. Anyway, today's annoying word is Celebrity Jabe.